let's go back to the Apollo era. Yeah, we went to the moon to explore the moon, but the astronauts looked back over their shoulder and they discovered Earth for the first time. Do you realize nearly all the most important legislation passed in the United States and a few years later around the world
to protect Earth?
Okay, we had a Clean Air Act, a Clean Water Act, a clean, the first Earth Day, all right, was in the United States, then it went around the world.
All of that happened while we were going to the moon.
No one took the step back to think about Earth as a holistic system. That did not happen until the Apollo era. People say, why did we spend all that money to send 12 astronauts to the moon? What price would you give to this firmware upgrade that we all felt at that time?
Changing our focus of concern
from
your neighborhood to the Earth at large.
But how much is that worth
to you?
Are they actively saying, oh, it's because I saw Earth from the moon? No, they're not going to tell you that. That's why I think it was a firmware upgrade, because everybody felt it at the same time. And these are cosmic perspectives that bring your view above all that divides us.
This is the power of a cosmic perspective. All right?
Such a profound point, Neil, because when I talk to people who were alive during the moon landings, even if they didn't take that from it, they took from it a sense that
anything is possible.
At NASA, the impossible is made possible.
This telescope makes the invisible visible.
The impossible possible.
Look at this! This area is filled with books about pretend people!
That's right, Grover. This is the fiction section. Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Stories that they tell fit especially well in this exhibit, Moving Beyond Earth.
Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Into the solar system and beyond into the distant galaxies.
No aerodynamic or aerothermal test facility can recreate the conditions that we will see.
Something that could never be accomplished in a laboratory here on Earth.
Fiction means it's a made-up story.
Now that control center is where that button will be pressed later tonight that hits go.
I believe all of that was done while navigating the telescope to its ideal position 1,000,000 miles away from Earth.
You can say, oh, I can tell you how many oxygen atoms there are in that galaxy.
Never in my life would I have thought I would take a couple $100 million spacecraft and crash that into an asteroid.
Let's dream a little.
Honestly, sounds like something from a science fiction movie.
Humanity 1, asteroids 0.
For so many, that's really what it is all about.
It's about hope.
Exactly. It's about hope, and it's about representation. Like you said, being able to see yourself in an astronaut.
We need gay scientists.
Hispanic doctors.
We need black engineers.
You see, my boy, it's nature's way. Upon the weak, the strong ones prey.
Discoveries that were miracles a few short years ago are accepted as commonplace today.
That did not happen until the Apollo era. Created a dream for millions and millions of young kids.
Many of the things that seem impossible now will become realities tomorrow.
With science fiction turned reality.
All the dreams you created in other people's minds, other young kids.
History of this agency is marked with broken barriers, once viewed as impossible.
They were asked by their country to do the impossible, to envisage, to design, and to build a method of breaking the bonds of Earth's gravity, and then sally forth and visit another heavenly body.
The impossible.
The most successful educational campaigns ever carried out by the government in cooperation with the entertainment industry.
You think that's a hit in elementary schools? Those little minds?
Space agency saying this will never be done. It's not possible to land the first stage. And they did it.
No, you're right. Elmo's smart.
Wow, that's cool.
So that was the measure of accomplishing something hard. Maybe going to the moon is easier than solving poverty. Have you considered that? Maybe social problems are harder than physics problems to solve. Just maybe. Let me put that out there.
And why is it so important that we go out and we discover space? Why is that important to the human race?
Don't you kind of want to know if an asteroid is coming? I'm just thinking, I'm betting that if the dinosaurs had a space program, they'd still be here because they would have deflected that asteroid that took them out 65 million years ago. So if you were around 30,000 years ago and we're huddled in a cave, the youngins come up to you and say, we took a peek outside the cave door. It was left ajar. And we see like hills and mountains and valleys and trees. We want to go explore. But you're the wise elder of the cave. Saying, no, we have to solve the cave problems first before anyone leaves the cave. That's what you sound like to me when you say, why are we looking out into space?
Do you think that people are now just a little bit more skeptical of scientists, a little bit more untrusting?
What's curious to me is we live in an era where you surf on YouTube and you land on somebody who says, the mainstream thinks this is true. The establishment thinks this, but here's the actual truth. You're all in on that. Okay, now, but why are you all in on that? And there's something about the lone genius that we wanna snuggle up to them rather than the faceless establishment. Because that person is speaking passionately. And our response to fellow humans speaking passionately is well known in the advertising industry. They have a person saying, I use this and it changed my life, and it'll change your life too. That's what you listen to.
I'm still shaking a little bit. That
just took my breath away and I was tearing up. I'm still giddy and speechless.
It was pretty overwhelming.
One of the coolest things you'll ever see in your entire life.
I don't even know how to explain how I'm feeling right now.
I feel the same way.
Amazing. I still can't believe it.
This is what it's about. We are having fun. We are excited.
Talking about hope. We're talking about the future. We're talking about the amazing stories.
Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. It's amazing to see the actual dots on the screen for real.
They are so excited. What an exciting time. They're all pretty excited.
Really get excited.
All very exciting. Really excited.
That's exciting.
Super exciting.
This is an exciting mission.
That's
going to be really exciting.
A really exciting time. Exciting.
Elation and pride.
So we're super excited. We're really glad to be in space.
I've never seen bigger smiles.
Oh, I'm excited just watching it.
This is blockbuster stuff, Lori.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was incredible.
Something for the history books.
They exceeded my expectations.
It really looks amazing.
And we have impact. Equality for humanity in the name of planetary defense.
It inspires and excites people to dream and wonder. Have big dreams.
The entire team is ecstatic.
Woo! Fantastic. Oh, fantastic.
Wow. I mean, what an exciting day.
Unbelievable.
It was almost a way you can't even describe.
You can see them there on screen. They're all pretty excited.
Frankly, it's mind-boggling.
That's one of the things I'm most excited about.
Amazing.
It's the most profound experience I can imagine.
It was terrific, sensational, neat, cool, radical, and totally awesome.
Hard to even fathom. It's astounding to me. I mean, it really is.
New and more exciting science.
We can see possibilities no one has ever seen before.
In ways we could have never imagined.
This was the whole point of the James Webb Space Telescope. Space is exciting.
It's hard to even imagine that that's true. It kind of blows my mind. Almost hard to wrap your head around. A little unbelievable to me.
This is a new era of the unbelievable.
The crossroads of science fiction and reality.
I'm still having a hard time believing this is real.
We're going to go do this, and it's impossible. But we did it.
The invisible visible.
It's only available to some of us, so we really want to share what that's like and the perspective we gain from our time up there. We train for everything, and so when we're in that capsule waiting for launch, we're just running our procedures.
You could almost, trick us.
I promise we are not playing a trick on you. I could be playing a trick on you. We could just be looping this. We could be a slight Truman Show type thing. But no, this is real. It is science. It is rocket science.
Those aren't little dots of light in the sky. Those are real bodies. They're interesting places out there, and they're real.
That shows you that really is the Earth's limb.
So it's authentic and legit.
With an untrained eye, this is a red speck. So you can convince yourself that you see what's in these galaxies.
And they're real.
This is real. This is real, what's happening.
I love that we've got a media team that is as excited about what we're doing as y'all are.
Tom Costello with NBC.
Kristen Fisher with CNN, The Atlantic.
Reuters, the AP, Bloomberg.
Say that we were in the simulator and it wasn't real, but...
Space is real.
Wow, that's a great update.
Not everybody can be a robot polisher.
No, I've done my research, and this is all bullshit. You should listen to me. No, never do that. Never. Could be people who are dangerous because they create instability in a system, or because they lead people on a track that may be impossible to reverse. You look at Hitler in 1930s Germany, for example.
Flat Earth Nazis?
So there's a risk
when you have a free society.
For some reason, over recent years, the word establishment has become a bad word. I represent the establishment. In the last 150 years or so, we have been experiencing an exponential growth in science and technology.
If you were to go back in time and take anybody and brought them to now, they would be appalled at what the world has become. They would beg you to send them back to the 1950s or 60s or 40s or 20s or 10s. I mean, it was better back then. It just was. Things are worse now. They're worse for everybody because we are completely divorced from reality. It's all a lie.
What are some of the interesting and important messages that we can take from looking at the world
with that cosmic perspective?
So when you learn about what's going on in the universe and then you look back at Earth, it changes you. So it's very simple, actually. They'll wear a skirt, but maybe have a beard. That's a whole other social question that maybe can and should be answered at a deeper level. Because there's something deeper that's wrong with society. I would go deeper to that problem. So we're in a transitional period, so we have to figure that out. And the fact that everybody's arguing about trans people
is itself progress.
Reminds me of Animal Farm, how the rules just slowly changed over time.
Right, piece by piece, yeah.
So it's like, at what point do you realize that something's terribly wrong?
So yeah, they're baby steps sometimes. Are we smart enough to be proper shepherds of our own fate, related to the health,
welfare, and safety of our species
going forward? Sometimes I question whether we are wise enough to I'd enjoy taking a space vacation one day. But did you know that if you apply a little bit of astrophysics
to the Barbie movie,